some force in me that gave me the courage to go to law school full-time 18 years after my undergrad degree. Just to put things in perspective, I went to law school when my son started high school.
Prema Roddam is a senior associate at Fragomen Del Rey Bernson & Lowy, LLP, specializing in global mobility and corporate immigration. She also serves as the president of South Asian Bar Association of New Jersey and vice president of Manavi Inc., which addresses gender-based violence in the South Asian community. Co-chair of Thai New Jersey Women, Prema empowers women entrepreneurs, and she supports the Akshaya Patra Foundation, providing meals to millions of children in India. Amazing work. Please welcome Ms. Prema Roddam.
Good evening, everyone. What an amazing event we've had so far. It's an absolute pleasure and an honor to be here at the inaugural event of IndiXspark. Thank you to Neha and Asha. Let's give them a big round of applause. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to share my story with you and talk about the power of second chances. I stand before you today to share my journey with an immense sense of gratitude. Growing up in India, my brothers and I had an amazing childhood. My father, now retired, was the highest-ranking officer in the Indian Police Service. My mother is a very accomplished musician, and she has her own fan following. So growing up, we grew up in this limelight with my parents, enjoying all that came with it. We had a childhood that was abundant, safe, secure, and we had everything we wanted. My father never spent a single day where he did not help someone that reached out to him. Every day he found a reason to help someone, and he was always there despite his busy schedule, taking the time out to help someone. Me, I was the Chinnamma of the house. I didn't think about what I wanted in life. I didn't think about pursuing a career. I didn't think about what I wanted in life growing up. All I knew is that I trusted that people around me were my well-wishers, and that the universe would put me in the right place at the right time when it came time to be. When I graduated college and an alliance came about, I got married in an arranged marriage and moved to the US, where my husband lived. I met my husband 2 days before we actually got married for the first time. Not every relationship works out, and not every marriage is meant to be. Unfortunately, mine was not. But something beautiful came out of our marriage, my son, who's the apple of my eye. Fast forward a few years later, I found myself in a situation where I was struggling. I had a failed business. I was working 2 jobs. I was a single mother, struggling to make ends meet. I vividly remember thinking to myself, there has to be something more to life than this. I was meant to be doing something more meaningful. I had to find that passion and that motivation to find it. At that time, I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know how it would come to me. I just knew it would, and I was open to opportunities. Life has its own unique way of bringing you to where you belong. By chance, I started working for an attorney here in New Jersey over a weekend, where he needed someone because one of his staff fell sick. I started working with him full time because we worked together very well. And during the course of my interactions with him, he started telling me that I should consider law as a career. I laughed it off the first few times because I did not believe that I could do it. But what he said to me ignited a spark in my mind. And the thought that I could look at law as a career was very enticing. And what if this was it for me? And what if this was the opportunity that I was looking for? For the first time in my life, I started thinking. I started thinking about myself. I started thinking for myself. I started thinking about what I want in life and what my purpose in life was. And this is what led me to some force in me that gave me the courage to go to law school full-time 18 years after my undergrad degree. Just to put things in perspective, I went to law school when my son started high school. When I started law school, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know if I could do it. I didn't know whether I would be able to finish law school. And I didn't know what my future would be like. But all I knew is now I had this vehicle that I could use to pursue my passion of helping others. And that made me really strong. There were moments of self-doubt. There were many moments of self-doubt. And there were many days where I thought I did my best, but it was still not good enough. Those were the moments when I hung on to my family, their beliefs, my friends who were there around me, my mentors, and they gave me the courage and the encouragement to move forward and complete what I had accomplished, what I had set forth to do. I'm very fortunate today to be working for the world's largest immigration firm. And thank you. And I'm also very grateful for all the opportunities and the privileges that come with being a lawyer. It's a very noble profession. But with privileges come a lot of responsibility. A responsibility to give back to our community, a responsibility to give back to your family, a responsibility to uplift others, and a responsibility to make sure you're helping those that can't help themselves. These thoughts really made me think about what I want to do in terms of starting to volunteer for initiatives or organizations that really aligned with my passion and where I thought I could make a difference. So here is where the 4 pillars come into play for me. The first being my family, friends, and mentors who are the reason I wake up every morning and I do what I do. Second is education. When you educate a child, you empower the child and give them boundless opportunities for a better future. Next, providing a safe space for a woman to live without abuse or violence in life is a basic necessity of life. When you have education and a safe space, then you provide opportunities for growth, whether it's in a profession or in a business or an entrepreneurial journey. And that's where other organizations come into place where they can help you grow and thrive through that journey. And ultimately, for someone to be independent and move towards women empowerment. And that's the vision I see for myself going forward. I think it's important for all of us to find that passion, that something that rings a bell in you when you think about it, and lead a meaningful life through that journey. Now think about it. If I had said no to that opportunity that came my way, if I had thought for a moment and my weakness that came in the way, and I could have come up with 100 reasons why I could not do it. I've never studied before, I don't have the money, I have a son, I have this, I have that. But you only need that one reason why you want to move forward, because it was taking me towards what I wanted to achieve. I only needed that one reason to be able to move forward. When opportunities knock your door, they often don't come on a red carpet or, in the form of a flower bouquet. They are couched in what looks like a daunting task or something that's almost impossible to achieve. These are the times when we have to be agile. We have to be open to receiving these opportunities and also take calculated risks. The power of a second chance is something that most of the speakers here today have also talked about, and I think we all experience it. This reminds me of a saying by St. Francis Assisi, where he says when you come across a daunting task, you first do what is necessary. Then you do what is possible. Suddenly, you are doing the impossible. So that is the power of a second chance, and I urge each of you to take the time to consider opportunities when they come to you, because this could be your second chance. Please do not underestimate the power of a second chance, and thank you for the opportunity for listening to me.